So good morning to all the students of class 10th D. Today we are going to start with a very interesting topic of grammar in which most of us are lagging behind these days. Fine, whenever you get editing exercises, even whenever you get gap filling or find correct tense formation, we people are not using English properly. So our topic of today, you can see on your screens, keep pen and pencils better ready with you. You need to note down also. Clear? Can you see clearly? We are going to start with subject verb concord. Fine. And we also call it subject verb agreement. Fine. I would be telling you in very easy language, we'll be understanding this topic. You have done it earlier in previous classes also. But this topic on this site is giving in detail. Fine, from basic to easier to complex, they would be moving on. So let's start without wasting much time. What is beta subject verb agreement firstly? So when a sentence is there in front of you, the basic principle, it is written here, you can see, the basic principle of subject verb agreement is that singular subjects need singular verbs, plural subjects need plural verbs. This is the basic concept. You're talking about the girl is playing. You cannot write the girl are playing. Fine. Similarly, it is written in plural, the girls are playing. If you will say the girls is playing, that is also incorrect. So our subject, what is a subject? About which we are talking about whom we are talking about. We are talking about a girl here. Fine. So our subject is girl. And what is verb? Verbs are the action words. Fine. All the helping verbs is am, are, has, have, had, will, shall, should. All these helping verbs, fine, these are the different forms of the verbs. So what they are saying in subject verb agreement, that a verb has to agree with the subject to make a sentence meaningful. Okay, otherwise there would be a problem if we keep on saying the girls is playing or the girl are playing. We will be using wrong subject verb agreement. Fine, agreement is there. My agreement is with you that I always say I would be naming the students who would be speaking the answers. I would be appreciating. So when subject has to agree with the, we can say verb has to agree with the subject to make it a meaningful sentence. So we would be doing the categories now. Let's start with the basic thing, that is number, basis on the number. Fine. If singular means single, plural means two or more than two, many. Clear? In simple words. So when one noun is there, singular noun is there, the girl is playing. When subject is singular, they say singular subject. This is the rule. Note down. Singular subject needs singular verb. Plural subject need plural verbs. This is the first rule. I would be seeing the notebooks beta in between, whether you have written something or not. So kindly sit along with your pen and paper. This is the first rule. You need not write the whole sentence. It's just keywords. Number one, first rule. Singular subject need singular verbs. Plural subject need plural verbs. Okay. This is the example. The girl is playing. Singular subject, singular verb, is. The girls are playing. Clear? Plural subject. Now we are talking about more girls. So our subject is girls here. The girls are playing. So plural subject, plural verb, that is are. Now second example, the boy has gone to the school. The boy. Boy is a singular subject and verb is has, singular verb. The boys. Plural subject uses plural verb, have. Have is plural verb here. Okay. So the boy has gone to school. The boys have gone to school. This is very simple rule based on number of the subject. Clear? Now, second rule is based on person. Okay, note down. Second rule is based on person. The rules regarding the person are as follows. The first person singular or plural takes a singular verb. Don't get, scared. What is written? We are not in very simple language. I'm telling you. Now, what is? They have not written the explanation of what is a first person singular or plural. I would be telling you. What is a first person singular? I. What is first person plural? We. I and one of the more friends. So when two or more than two people will be there, we use we. Fine. We use we like the scenery. We. And if one person is there, you're talking about yourself, then we use I. Clear? So what is the rule now? You got to know what is the first person singular. First person is I. In English, beta, we have three persons. First person, I. Second person, you. Fine. Third person is he, she, it, or any name. Clear? So whenever I would be using first person, it means I. Whenever I would be using the word second person, it means you. And whenever I would be using third person, it means he, she, it, and any other person. Okay, in very simple language. Fine. So the first person singular or plural takes a singular verb. Now the rule says, subject verb agreement says, whether we are using first person, that is I, singular, whether we are using first person plural, that is we. It takes a singular verb only. Okay. Example, I like this scenery. We like this scenery. They have not changed the verb in both the sentences. Send me thumbs up if you are getting the concept clearly. Most of the students, Isha Preet, Riyan Kalra, Manmeet, Saksham Grover, Parikshit, Bisam, Divyansh, Mehak, Sayam. I'm naming so that you should get encouragement. Yes, I'm seeing it also in between. Very good. Aryan is there. Chahat is there. So sorry if I have not taken name of others. There are many thumbs up now. Clear? So let's continue. Okay. Second rule is clear based on person. Now we are doing rules based on person. First is done. First person is done. Now let's talk about the second person now. Who is the second person? You is the second person. You. Y-O-U. You like the scenery. Very easy again it is. The second person singular or plural, it also takes a singular verb. Okay. Whether you will be using you for one person, whether you will be using the word you for a group of people, verb remains a single only. Clear? You like this scenery. You all like this scenery. Fine. In both the cases, we will be using one singular verb. Clear? Now let's talk about the third person singular takes a singular verb. Now we are going to talk about third person. Who is the third person? He, she, it, and any name. Now, they are saying third person singular takes a singular verb. He likes this scenery. He likes this scenery. Third person plural takes a plural verb. Now here plural verb is like only. Now you would be a bit of confused, but it is not a case of getting any sort of confusion. Now let me tell you. Here our third person is he. You remember the rules of tenses we have done in the beginning with he, she, it, and any single person name. We use V1 plus SES. Fine, we call that rule. So here they are saying the third person, which is singular, it takes a singular verb only. And the third person who is plural, they is third person, but it is more than two people. So that's why it is plural. So it would be using plural verb. So here like is a plural verb only. Clear? Now, rule number third, keep on noting down better, just at least hints that first is based on number, second rule is based on persons, third rule is based on uncountable noun. Okay, this is uncountable noun. And what is uncountable noun? Which cannot be counted. Fine. We can count some things on our fingers, but some things are there. Some concepts are very abstract. Abstract means which cannot be touched, which can only be felt. These are the emotions. Fine. They are uncountable nouns. Now, for example, honesty. Can you count honesty on your finger? No. Can you count fear on your finger? No. This is an abstract phenomena. Okay. So uncountable noun, when we use an uncountable noun as the subject of a verb, we use a singular form of the verb. Fine. Honesty is the best policy. We cannot say honesty are the best policy. No. Okay. Honesty is the best policy. Fear begins to haunt him. They have not written fear began. They have not written fear begin. Clear? Fear begins to haunt him. Single verb. Okay. This rule must be clear to everyone. When we use uncountable noun, like what other examples of uncountable nouns are? Can anyone tell me? Raise your hand. Other examples, honesty is there. Fear is there. Yes, Princey. Princey is saying courage. Very good. You can unmute and speak. You can raise hand. I will unmute you rather than sending messages in the chat box. Okay, this is the direct participation of a student. So you got my concept. Fine. Success, bravery. Now getting the answers. Tanya is saying. Okay. So many concepts are there which cannot be counted. Okay. So it's clear to you. Let's continue now. Okay. So next is singular and plural nouns beta. Next rule is when we use a singular noun as the subject of a verb, we use a singular verb. Right? Plural nouns take a plural verb. Singular noun, very easy. Singular noun, singular verb. Plural noun, plural verb. Yeah? Moon is singular. Fine, it is a singular noun. Moon was shining in the sky. Obviously, there is one moon only. The sun is about to set. Sun, singular. Fine. The children. Singular noun takes singular verb. Plural noun takes plural verb. It's very easy. Children were swimming. Farmers were plowing the field. Fine. It's clear to all of you. Let's move on to rule number 5. We are having more than 20 rules, I guess. So that's why I'm saying at least note down the key points side by side, and if possible, note down the examples also, so that when you will revise, it will be easier for you people. Those who are the toppers, especially those who want to make extra efforts for themselves, I'm telling them. And there are students who do not even pay attention to what teacher is speaking. They just come and attend class for the sake of attending. That is really bad. You know, this is the one drawback of online teaching, that we cannot see you in person, and what we don't know what you're doing. And it's only honesty is the best legacy here. 5th, one of plus plural noun. Now try to understand. Whenever this group of word, this phrase, one of, otherwise, you know, what is the pronunciation of? It is of. Nobody uses correctly. It's of. O-F is called a ver sound. Of. It's not off. When we say a switch off the light, then fur sound is there. Otherwise, it's ver sound. Fine. One of the girls was singing. one of the students was talking. It was talking. One of the birds was chirping. Clear? Now, what they are saying whenever one of will be used along with a plural noun. Now, some people will, get confused here. Why? Because in the previous rule, we have done, see the previous rule, we have done plural noun takes a plural verb. Fine. But in this new rule, what is there? We have to use one of. One of plus plural noun. Then singular verb is used. Okay. One of the girls was singing. It will not be were singing. Okay. It's very important concept of English. Try to understand. One of the students was talking. One of the birds was chirping. Okay. Clear to everyone? Let's move on to next rule. I guess we won't be able to finish it all the rules today, but we will continue, no doubt. Tomorrow, we will complete subject verb agreement along with discussion of holidays homework. Okay, so need not worry about anything. Long subject now. When a clause, now I told you already in the beginning, the rules will be difficult later on. We started with very basic concepts. Now it will be a little trickier for you. Long subject. When a clause or a long group of words. What is a clause? Some students, don't even ask the question. Don't try to perceive. Clause is also a part of a sentence which has its own independent meaning. Suppose I say, when I called him, he was watching TV. I just spoke one sentence. When I called him, he was watching TV. Now, he was watching TV is a part of a big sentence, but it has its own meaning also. He was watching TV is a complete sentence in itself. Clear? But in the complete sentence, when I called him, he was watching TV. So he was watching TV becomes a clause here. Fine. So don't try to get scared after reading the word clause. When a clause or a long group of words is the subject. So in that case, when we have a group of words used as a subject, we have to be careful to make the verb agree with the subject. Clear? How? The chairs which I bought yesterday. So there is a group of word beta which is used as a subject. The chairs which I bought yesterday. Now are very costly. Here we are using the word are. Why are? Because we have talked about the chairs. Plural is there. It's easier, right? The woman whom I met in the market. It's a group of words only, na? The woman whom I met in the market. Now, singular, it's a woman or a women? It's woman, singular. So, was my friend's sister. So, you will be using singular verb. Is it clear to everyone? It is easier if you try to understand, and kindly note down. Sixth rule is based on long subject. If possible, note down the examples also. I'm keeping the screen for longer period. Okay. So seventh rule is introductory there. The verb has to agree with the real subject that follows the introductory there. If the subject is singular, then there will be followed by a singular verb. If the real subject is plural, then there will be followed by a plural verb. Now the sentences which start with the word there. Fine. We are going to talk about the sentences which start with the word there. Okay. There is no chair in the room. There is. There are no chairs in the room. So very easy. You have to see that after this word there, singular noun is used, singular or plural noun is used. यहाँ पे chair use हुआ, and in the next sentence chairs. So if it is chairs, you will be writing are. If it is chair, you will be using is. If there is boys, you will be using are. If it is a girl, single, one girl, then is. Very easy. Okay. There is no chair. There are no chairs. This is very easy concept. Clear? Now, eighth rule. two or more nouns. When two or more nouns function as one subject, a plural verb is used. Satish and his sister have gone to see a movie. Satish and his sister, two nouns are used, fine, and they function as a subject, one subject, but we will be using plural verb. We have not used has here, fine. My friend and his father are meeting us tomorrow. Clear? Plural verb we will be using for two and more people. Now next is distances, weight, etc. After completing 10 rules, I would be asking questions or I would be seeing the notebooks also. So better be ready. Those who have left in between the meeting, they will be marked absent. Remember, then you cannot say that there was network problem. Ninth rule based on distance and weight. For distances, weight, height, or amounts of money, we use a singular verb even when the subject is plural. Clear? Whether your subject is singular, whether your subject is plural, and when it is talking about distance, weight, height, amount of money, you will be using singular verb only. This is the basic rule. 10,000 rupees is not a small sum. 3 kilometers is a small distance. 500 feet above sea level is not a great height. This is very important rule. You need to remember it. Fine. Anything which is connected with weight, height, amount, and distance, you will be using a singular verb. And now we will be using beta 10th and 11th rule only, or maybe 10th. Plural names. The title of a book, the name of a house, or a hotel in plural takes a singular verb. Let's do the 10 rules only. Okay, let's do the 10 rules. The title of a book, The Arabian Nights. It's the name of a book. Has interesting stories. Singular verb is used with the name of a book. Though there are more words, Arabian Nights, fine. But it is the name of one single book, so you will be using singular verb. The Hotel Brewers is a 5-star hotel. You cannot say the Hotel Brewers are a 5-star hotel. No, it's a single name. So you will be, though they carry the plural names, Brewers, Nights, fine. Though the name is plural, but it is name of a restaurant, hotel, fine. It will be carrying one singular verb, fine. We are left with only 5 minutes. Now send me thumbs up if all the rules are clear to everyone. Quickly, beta. They're very easy. Very easy. Now I'm going to give you some homework from your grammar book. Okay, kindly note down the pages. I would be seeing the notebooks now. Before that, let me give you the homework, beta. This homework is meant to be solved during your vacations also. So in holidays homework, I have not mentioned because this is part of these days only. We have the topic we have covered. Write down page number 256, 257, 258, 259, 260, and 261. And you know, out of these pages, there are some solved exercises already that you need not write answers for. Like on page 256, there is one unsolved and one solved, right? The exercises which are already solved exercises that you will not do because answers are already written in front of you. And the exercises which are unsolved, the answers to which you will be writing with pencil on your book only, not in the fair notebook. Is it clear? You will be writing the answers, solving the exercises with pencil. Okay, page 256 onwards, 257, 258, 259, 260, and 261. This is your homework. Now kindly bit of efforts from your side to show me what you have noted today. If you can show me, you can switch on the camera and show your notebook only. So Dakshita is the first one, and Bisam and Mehak and Archie. Well done, beta. Yes, beautifully mentioned. Mehak has noted down everything. Dakshita has noted down everything. Archie has noted down. Bisam, it's not, you have noted down or taken the screenshot, Bisam, I guess. Srishti has written, well done, Srishti. Okay, what next? What about others? Archie, Mehak, Princey, Srishti, Bisam, Dakshita. Harsimran, you have not shown me the notebook, beta. Okay, Bisam, you have typed it. Very good. You could take the screenshot also of if you wanted. But typing takes a lot of time, I guess. When you write it now, then you remember always. That's why I prefer writing with hands. When we type, we can forget easily. When we write with our own hands, we never forget the things. Harleen, Divyansh, Manmeet, Jia, nobody has shown me notebook. See, so there are some students who are quite okay. Raina is saying she has taken screenshot. Fine. So this is your way of keeping the notes with you. Okay, that's why we have toppers, we have highest scorers. Then you say, why I could not score better? Mehak is the highest scorer, I guess, in English with 48 marks out of 50. So when students put in efforts on daily basis, beta, I just believe that your efforts never go wasted, never ever. Whatever efforts you people put in, definitely one day you will be succeeded. Clear? So whatsoever we are doing, kindly take notes of all those things for yourself, not for me. And try to be regular. Tomorrow also you are having just one period and your test was good enough. I shared the link with you yesterday. Most of you have seen the answers. It was a quiz only. So, but even if you were wrong, try to read the correct answers also from your test, whatever you have learned out of the thief story and ballpoint. So tomorrow we will be continuing with this. Clear? Subject verb agreement, and at the end I would discuss the holidays homework. Okay, Harleen, no problem, beta. If you can't show their problem with the camera in the laptop, no problem. Fine, fine, no problem. So, okay, have a nice day, beta.